Massachusetts, from the USA, it is Friday Night Live. Welcome. How was your day? As usual, there's a lot of news to get to. I just kind of rebooted my Wi-Fi and I just noticed that the chat just disappeared, so let's see what's going on with that. Are you guys there? There you are. All right. Yes, we're here to have some fun. What do you say we jazz things up a little bit? I hope your week was good. Hello, hello, hello. Deciding which cards to use. Feel free to put up your questions. There's a lot of things being stirred up in the United States lately in terms of justice. Let's keep riding that wave. We're pummeling this country with light to the best of our ability. And I had said a while back that I thought Fox was going to have to change its tune. And it's starting to look like that's going to happen. Fox is going to have to change. Hello, hello, everybody. Fox is going to have to change the way that they do business, or they're going to be just fined out of commission. We're going to take a look at that. I'm actually going to check the pendulum real quick. A balmy 24 degrees. It's been kind of warm here. Yesterday was like 55, and then today was about 50, and it's weird. We don't have winter anymore. Maybe just for a couple days at a time. Is Fox going to be kind of put out of commission by what's going on? I'm getting a yes on that. So this is about Fox. How are things in Denver? I heard you guys were getting buried with snow. Yeah, it's pretty warm here, but tonight we have a wintry mix going on. I just started out by asking about, John Fetterman's going to be okay. I was just asking about Fox and whether they're going to have to pay the price. What I had said in the past was that I see Fox having to change their entire approach to, well, they're not news. We don't call them news around here. We call it, we tell the truth here. We tell it like it is. Fox is not news. Fox is propaganda. But they had a lot of people fooled into thinking that they were actually news because it actually says Fox News, but it's not news, it's propaganda. I think it used to be news way in the past. And then that's kind of how they sort of tricked people into thinking that they were still news. As the years went on, they kind of morphed out of being news into being propaganda. What I had said in the past, just to recap what I've said in the past along the way about Fox, is that I see Tucker being kind of like a Rush Limbaugh sort of guy, that I see him branching off and doing something kind of on his own eventually. Okay, so somebody's saying there's a new headline. Fox, I don't call it, okay. Fox executives refused to let Trump on air when he called in during January 6th attack. Dominion said. Oh, well, that's an interesting piece of news. And then now we have Fani Willis and a little bit coming out about the case against, Trump for extortion and bullying, and those aren't legal. Well, extortion is a legal term. So that's not looking good for Trump either. And then we have another thing that I had said in the past was that this was a while back. I had said that I saw the Proud Boys coming after Trump, and I didn't really define what I meant by coming after, but I did feel like Proud Boys and Oath Keepers getting really angry at Trump because of, they're having, don't get me wrong, they're evil people. I saw a picture of Enrico Tarrio, and I shudder. It's really frightening. But anyway, despite how I feel about people of that ilk, and we all feel, I do see them, these white supremacist groups, not being happy with Trump kind of removing his responsibility for what happened. They're all responsible for what happened. And I can see how they're trying to get out of it by saying, well, we all did it. You know, they're all using that one. We did it because of Trump. We did it because we were following the orders of the president. What did our mothers used to say? If your friends that were all like on the bad side of town, or if they, you know, your friends that got into trouble, if they jumped off the bridge, would you jump off the bridge too? Did your mother used to say that? Whose mother used to say that? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if that's what the court's gonna say. Anyhow, I need cards. Details, right? Let me know how your week was. My mother knew. I think a lot of mothers have the same sayings. I think they and they didn't have the internet then, but it's like, I bet there's a website what your mother used to say. Did your mother also say this? You can throw up some. They worked. Yeah. There are some really not nice ones too. Subpoenas are flying today. Yes, they really are. And thank you, Patty. I just saw something fly across the room. You never know. Let's take a look at how, I actually want to take a look, I'm jumping around a bit. I want to take a look at how Merrick Garland is doing. Because I know that people are saying, hang on. My mother used to say, if I were in a herd of donkeys who ran over a cliff, would you run over that cliff too? Yeah, the same thing. I want to ask about Merrick Garland because all along I've gotten that Merrick Garland is just making sure your face will freeze that way. Take that look off your face or it'll freeze that way. Yeah, heard that one. This is going to be a fun game tonight. Merrick Garland he's being meticulous, and I've been hearing people on, you know, news anchors saying yeah, we'll talk about Ohio too. News anchors just kind of just coming out and saying Merrick Garland is afraid. That's what I've been hearing them saying. And thank you, Lisa, for the compliments. I've been hearing them saying that a lot, and I really don't think that's what it is. Now, keep in mind, it's risky business being a judge, being a prosecutor in America today. It's risky. You'll get worms if you eat cookie dough. Hadn't heard that one. It is risky. It's scary to be in the judicial system and the kind of violent climate that we're in right now. But let me tell you something. 2 years ago, going on 3 years ago, in 2020, just to give you some perspective, we were in much more danger in terms of, you know, Trump was in the White House, well, in January 2020 anyway, so we were in a much more dangerous place. It's a little less dangerous now, just to get some perspective. I did come across, and I'll read it to you next time because I don't think it's handy right now, but I was going through my notes the other day and I saw my prediction about what Trump was going to do. Let me just see if I saved it here. Probably not handy, but anyway, I'll read it to you next time. By the way, while I'm thinking of it, tomorrow I have a free meditation class. How do you sign up for that? You go to psychicannetdion.com if you want to come to the free meditation class. A lot of people have signed up for that. I can't figure out if it's because it's free or I am taking donations, or if it's because you really are curious. It's a little bit of both, I'm sure. So we're gonna spend an hour, and it's called demystifying meditation. And I'm just kind of answering the call because so many people want to meditate, or they say they try to meditate. There's really no such thing as that, but trying. But if you want in on that, 1 to 2 Eastern time tomorrow afternoon. So please go to psychicandedion.com. Please hit the thumbs up if you can. And we're reading on Merrick Garland. Okay, so let's all stop bashing Merrick Garland. You know? Yeah, all you do is click on the link if you're going to come tomorrow. Everyone, let's stop bashing Merrick Garland. I have never felt like he wasn't working diligently. I think he's careful. And he's a human being, and he is at risk. How many times have people threatened his life? You saw maybe if you watch Midas Touch, or you follow what Trump posts on Truth Social. I'm borrowing that from Autumn at Black and Orange. She says Truth Social. So I like that because it's not truth, and I love the word truth, and he just ruined it. There are threats coming in all the time. So there's a little bit of that going on too. He's very precise. What Cheryl is saying is that's what I get mostly. You know, there are jobs that people have that have different levels of risk associated with them. Like for instance, like a legit police officer faces the risk every single time he pulls somebody over that they might, be violent. I'm just talking about that simple situation. That there are jobs that have risk attached. If you are, building skyscrapers and you're up there on a beam and way, there's a risk involved. So there's a risk. Not even 2 years in his post, Merrick Garland. Hasn't it been? Probably just around 2 years now. So there's a risk involved with what he's doing because there are crazy, crazy, crazy people in this country. And I always bring that up, Joanne, too. That I remember how it was when the Oklahoma City bomber was prosecuted and sentenced to death. Timothy McVeigh. That was Merrick Garland that did that, and it took a long time. And to me, when I remember hearing that, and it felt to me like, well, that came out of the blue, kind of, because we weren't as attuned to the news back then. And that's what I think is going on with Merrick Garland. I mean, there's a little bit of being, apprehensive about what could happen, what kind of violence could happen. But that's why we're praying and sending positive energy to all these people that are working for the Justice Department and who are, saving our democracy. Not able to stay tonight? Aw, too bad. Remember, every single Tuesday we do a guided meditation visualization for a healed America. Sandy's reading my mind. Come to 20 on Tuesdays, yes. There's a prayer at the beginning of every Church of Spirituality service that's for a healed America too. So definitely check it out. It takes a minute and it goes a long way. We're working on an energy level. That green comet that passed a couple weeks ago, we're in an energy world now. We really have to decide that we are going to work with energy. If something's not going the way you want it to, work with the energy of the situation. That's what we're doing in the United States. And other places too. So this is about Merrick Garland. Okay, this is about everyone talking like they're not doing anything. They're not doing enough. They're not doing... This is what people are saying about the DOJ. They're not doing enough. This is a card of just, not seeing clearly, worrying needlessly, that they're not doing their job and it's taking too long and Trump's going to get away with it. What did I say a couple of times ago? I said we will no longer be thinking the thought, oh, Trump's just going to get away with everything, because we're working in an energy world and we want to have the energy of he's going to be held accountable, and this danger that he poses to this nation will end. Not that he's gonna, not that he's gonna, let's not be thinking that he's gonna get away with it. Maria has to search for notifications for my YouTube live streams. I have no control over that. But the Hierophant represents the Constitution. I'm reading on Merrick Garland. And the Lover card has indicated again and again and again when this card comes up, it's symbolic. It's not really about two naked people getting together. The Lover card indicates the energy of the American people coming together and loving our democracy. I've gotten that so often when I've been doing PNNs, that people are starting to really love our democracy. Now, we see signs of that. Yes, we definitely need to calm down. We see signs of people rising up to save democracy in a couple of instances that I can think of right now. One is earlier in the week, I think it might have been Wednesday, there was a rally in Florida to save Black history and curriculum in the schools. And Reverend Al Sharpton was one of the kind of main players there. And today I just heard that there are parents and students rising up. The students are starting to rise up in Florida against Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis basically doesn't want people to learn. He doesn't want children to learn. And I don't care what anybody says, Ron DeSantis has some kind of a problem with his sexuality. Think about it. Why is he so obsessed? Why is he so obsessed with what sexuality, what if you're predisposed to being a certain, sex, if you are gay, if you are, Ron DeSantis, there's something wrong with him. Like the 60s protests, yeah, and we know that Pluto's going into Aquarius, and I'm going to get an astrologer on. It just occurred to me that I could do that. Now YouTube has a feature where I can invite somebody to join me. So if there's an astrologer there, I have to look before I start to invite somebody on. But I'll have an astrologer on, professional astrologer or professional Aquarian. Kathy said she could join us on Wednesday with Corey to talk about Pluto going into Aquarius. So that Aquarius energy, that there was a song by The Fifth Dimension in the 60s and 70s that was about the dawning of the age of Aquarius. And so that was all about peace and love and coming together, right? Cheryl saying, I hope Disney takes Satan to the cleaners. I did read on that I guess that was last year around this time. DeSantis doesn't like himself, that's for sure. Anybody who's that mean can't cope with it within themselves, so they lash out. Yeah, this Satan he's out of control. There's something wrong with him. If you keep people ignorant of the facts, yeah, well that's definitely, we know that, right? We know that it's common knowledge, right? It's like, if you think that people in North Korea can freely study whatever they want, right? It's common knowledge that that's fascism. And just so you all know, I do not refer to the Republican Party anymore as the Republican Party. People that come to Grassroots of Democracy meetings that we have, go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com, know that I've changed it to the POF, so it's no longer the GOP, the election deniers and the insurrectionists that are seated in Congress, 147 of them. We have to save our democracy, people. They are the POF, the party of fascists, okay? So when you're talking about the GOP, the insurrectionists, the election deniers, you can call them the POF, the party of fascists. Okay? Got it? You bet his wife is miserable. I kind of think that she's made of the same cloth. Mitt Romney, yeah. Mitt Romney's probably lonely being an old-fashioned Republican right now. So I am going to pull 3 cards on Rhonda Satan. I think there was something else I was going to read on, but let's look at that. Let's look at him first. With people kind of getting stirred up now, what's going to happen to Rhonda Satan? The death card. It doesn't mean he's going to die. It means his antics are going to be put to an end. She wants to be, yeah, she's there, 2 peas in a pod. Rhonda Satan and his wife, I don't know her name. Satan is now saying that it is the teacher. That doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Can you clarify what you just said? You mean it's the teachers? GMFU. Some people have handles that I can't read. Fullman? What do you mean? So anyway, he's gonna keep hanging on. Satan is gonna keep hanging on. He's gonna hang on to his fascist ideas that he's signing into law. I'm telling you what, this morning, it's Casey DeSantis? Okay. This morning what did I hear about him? I heard something about him. Oh, I know what it was. This woke thing has got to stop. I mean, I cannot even believe it's part of our language. He has an anti-woke bill. I don't know if that's what he's still calling it, or if that's just like a nickname for it. What sort of dirt does Roger Stone and 45 have on Satan? Oh, we can look at that. But what Satan is doing is going to be illuminated. I have always seen him in handcuffs. Who's coming to Chicago? Satan? For what? He wants to rid the teachers that don't abide by his school rules. He wants to rid education. Yeah, well, that's putting it really lightly and saying he's so immature. That's putting it really lightly. But he definitely has arrested development. And hopefully he's going to get arrested. Let's ask. He has arrested development. He got stuck back in a phase of his life that he felt like he didn't have any control, and now he's coming after the control. Somebody wants me to talk about aliens. You have a black mayor. Where are you? There's a lot of black mayors. What about excessive political correctness? You mean is political correctness coming back? We can look. Alright, let's see. So, we're working on having some merch, and we're going to have t-shirts, kind of going back and forth with various people. We're going to have t-shirts that say, "We offer kind energy." Because that's my saying for the acronym WOKE, we offer kind energy. I've been talking about that for a year. We don't have it yet. Maybe DeSantis is an alien? No. EQUUS33333, where do you live? I'm just wondering who you're referring to, who your mayor is. Anyway, so I got the death card for Satan, and I got the 4 of Pentacles, and the Sun. So what crimes he's committing, and it blows my mind how brazen they've been with their crimes. But let's Lori Lightfoot, right? I didn't know she was gay. I guess I never really. It didn't really matter. It's like, why would that matter, right? Also, the governor of Massachusetts is gay too. Healy. All right, so I know I'm trying to have Andre on, but we keep. I don't know. There's something about me and collaborations. They don't quite pan out. This is they get away with it. So this is what's happening. They're brazen. They're like, I'm going to commit this crime, I'm going to commit that crime, I'm going to throw out the Constitution, I'm going to be fascist, I'm going to steal from public money, I'm going to shut down the books, and kids won't be able to read books, and during a pandemic, people will just, they'll have to not wear a mask. And I mean, it's just, and he just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And I'm gonna say you can't say gay, and I'm gonna say you can't be woke, and they just keep doing it. And they keep doing it because they haven't gotten in trouble yet. The key word is yet. By the way, I want to say thank you to the people who are wielding the wrench. Okay. Is Rhonda Satan going to run for president? I get no. Now, one thing I've noticed about my pendulum, Satan looks like he's jaundiced. He looks really bloated, doesn't he? The other day I was thinking about how, like Ted Cruz, and I'm sure Satan's like this too, and all the rest of them that are all like, there was somebody, it was probably Satan, I don't know if you remember this, who was trying to ban vegetarian food. Does anyone remember that? Well, criminals used to know committing crimes was shameful because they got in trouble for it. If you have a criminal mind, oh, Marilyn, we're getting to the rant. Don't worry. We're getting to a few rants. I can feel it coming. Criminal minds, if they can commit crimes and get away with it, they'll just keep committing crimes, right? So, do we remember that when they were somebody was making fun of people trying to take, like, like some people are gluten-free, right? Trying to take vegan food out of the supermarkets. I know, Christine, I love Andre. I know who Andre is. He hasn't emailed me back. He reached out at first. Maybe he's here tonight. And so then I started to think about, wow, these guys are so anti-eat your vegetables. Oh, thank you. You guys, I feel like I've got fashion consultants here. I wonder what they eat for dinner. Like, does Ted Cruz have like a steak for breakfast? Maybe steak and eggs, and then does he have a double cheeseburger with fries for lunch, and then does he have like another steak for dinner? Like, what are they eating? What does Jim Jordan eat? And what does Mitch McConnell eat? I mean, I'm naming the people that don't look like they take care of their health. And then they start bashing people that actually are woke enough to just know that if you want to get the most out of your life, then eat healthy. But that's too woke. That's too woke. So anyway, it's kind of like when I see these fascists, you think it's the booze? That's interesting. A lot of people are saying it must be the drinking. When you see them, behaving that way, and then in a pandemic, no, get sick. It's like, I just feel like in a big picture of them, like, and titling it, the definition of biting off your nose to spite your face. How healthy can they be? Hate ages, folks. Yeah, they look awful. I mean, come on. So what are they really? It's really fascinating. I mean, yeah, it took society a long time to wake up in regards to smoking, but we've known for many years that eating too much red meat, fat, contributes to heart attacks, right? So anything that's good and life affirming, they're trying to make laws against it. Alcohol and dead food and smoking cigarettes. I mean, I'm not judging it. I'm just making the point that, you are what you eat. And nobody put up there who it was that was looking to ban vegetarian food or vegan food from the markets. I guess maybe you all missed that story. It was a while ago. It was maybe like over the summer. Okay, let's look at, so I got, the pendulum said that Rhonda Satan's not running for president. So the pendulum does this thing where it reads the energy of the situation. So if it's not like, if his energy doesn't suit campaigning for president, okay, is he going to throw his hat in the ring? I'm getting a no. Is something going to happen that he doesn't actually throw his hat in the ring to run for president? Yes, something's going to happen. Oh, look at Lindsey Graham's. Yes, they were talking about banning vegetarian food. I just can't remember who it was. I'm pretty sure it was last summer. Lindsey Graham's eyes, you can tell he's drinking a massive amount, as is Rudy Giuliani. I'm telling you, they have like bourbon and steak every day or something. That's the movie Barcode. Oh, I missed something there. Anyway, is Trump going to let lots of dirt out about Rhonda Satan? Yes. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. That's what I'm picking up. Rhonda Rue is saying they have tough livers, but no, I think their livers are in for a tough battle. They're against anything that promotes feeling good, being smart. Oh, Deb wants me to look at Rand Paul. I don't think I can handle it. He is like, oh gosh, it's terrible. The dirt, so what I'm picking up on is Rhonda Satan will be, now don't get me wrong, I talked about this the other night. Don't think that what I mean is like Trump's going to win or anything. I'm not picking that up at all. He's in major legal trouble. However, I do see that, and then somebody mentioned it the other night when I was reading, that I felt like there was going to be a lot of dirt coming out about Rhonda Satan. Does it have to do with sex? It has to do with sex. So somebody has pictures or evidence or dirt, and I'm not picking up on Rhonda Satan. Since I'm so curious, I'm gonna just pick 3 cards about Rhonda Satan's aspirations for the presidency. Like, just what's going to happen with his aspirations. It's going to be too much trouble. It feels like it's just going to be too much trouble. There's some news coming out about him. He won't be able to really handle it. The people of Florida coming together, that's going to be a challenge for him. It's going to be an uphill battle. Was Satan violated as a child? Probably, but I'm not going to read on that. I need more peeps. Why? Warren, why are you saying? I do have one peep in my bag, but Halloween candy comes out in August. I made Rice Krispie treats. They're at home, but I made them with the peeps. I still have some left too. Oh my gosh! So the white go-go boots that Satan had on, that took the cake. I mean, he's not right. He's not right, and yeah, John, I get what John's saying is exactly what I get. He'll resign, he'll drop out. Rhonda Satan will drop out of any aspirations for president anyway, because he will be blackmailed. Let's see. I mean, I guess you would call that blackmail. DeSantis in white boots, man, that was weird. No, I can't go there. I can't go into whether somebody was sexually abused as a child. That's just too... there are certain places we don't go in our readings. Will Satan resign as governor? No. He has a blind lust for power. True fascist. Is it what dirt Trump and Roger Stone have on him that will discourage him. It doesn't look like that's it. Somebody's saying they don't like peeps. Doesn't matter. I don't even know how we got onto the whole peep thing. It was Corey. Let's see. I'm getting that won't be what forces him out. Will it be crimes he's committed that forces it? It's more like crimes he's committed. Peeps are in the stores now. Wednesday next week is Ash Wednesday, for those of you who follow that Christian calendar. You always thought it was him and Gates. Yeah, I always thought that just Satan and Gates were kind of in cahoots. Let's see. Somebody asked me. Yeah, ew, just Satan and Gates. And we know that Matt Gaetz got out of the DOJ attempting to prosecute him for the sex trafficking. I don't get that DeSantis' wife will be charged with any crimes. Let's talk about the Matt Gaetz thing, about the DOJ saying they're not going to, they've dropped the case about the sex trafficking. Yeah, and I understand that it was bad witnesses and everything. Of course, that made us all very angry. Because we can't stand to see any more criminals that are being treated as though they're above the law and that they can't be prosecuted. And now they're in seats in our government. We can't stand that. What I got when I thought about it was, it wasn't the best use of the legal system to go after Matt Gaetz, as guilty as he is of sex trafficking. It wasn't going to be the best use of resources. I do feel like they have dirt on him that has to do with January 6th. And I think that's the backstory. That's the backstory on Matt Gaetz. I didn't, personally, I wasn't gung-ho about, let's watch the hearings on Matt Gaetz sex trafficking. How long that would have gone on, I mean, Rhonda Roo, everybody, talk to Rhonda Roo, she went negative. It's not like you, Rhonda, what happened? There's more to the story than what meets the eye. That's why there are psychics on YouTube that people watch, right? And you all, some of you read too. Does anyone have their pendulum out tonight? By the way, I have room for readings if you want to book a reading. PsychicAnnetteDion.com. You don't know where you're missing. Your guides want to speak to you. Gaetz is not getting indicted for the sex trafficking. That's just one thing. These people have multiple crimes. These people have multiple records. Remember, Matt Gaetz wanted a blanket pardon. Good will win. Thank you, Tweet. Scotchy. Good is winning. Everybody here, I want you to look at what news is good. This is like the exhausted majority card. You're just having exhausted majority syndrome. Where's Rhonda? Don't leave. It's just the exhausted majority syndrome. We all have it. We just have to watch it and not get negative. They're not above the law. They're not. They're not above the law. Thank you, Rhonda. Good job. Here, where's my bell? Rhonda gets a bell. She turned it around. Okay. For some reason, Bill Barr popped into my head, so I'm going to read on Bill Barr. I don't know why. That's how I do here. It's like, Bill Barr just popped into my head. What's going on with him? Is Bill Barr, what's the future of Bill Barr? You're doing good, Rhonda. You're doing good. We just have to kind of tweak the attitude sometimes. We all have them. Believe me. Believe me. Did you hear the bell? It's from one of my viewers who lives in Montana. Okay. Bill Barr. Who may go down with to Satan? I'm losing track. Oh, Gates? Maybe, but I think it's separate. Amanda, where you been? Hi! Amanda's here. Alright. I'm reading on Bill Barr for no apparent reason. The tower. What did you just say? Maria McGuire said the House of Cards is coming down at the same instant that I pulled the tower card. Thank you, Ethel. Good psychic move there. Good psychic connect. The House of Cards is coming down. This is about Bill Barr. Bill Barr missed an opportunity to make himself look a little better than he does. And Bill Barr is not well. He's not well. He's not, I mean, we were just talking about these people having bad health. They don't take care of themselves. I mean, first of all, they're criming all over the place, right? They're committing crimes all day, every day. Let's see. Okay. What's wrong with DeSantis? Are you diehard Disney fans? I understand hating Trump. I'm not understanding where Morningstar is coming from. I think that Bill Barr isn't well health-wise. He's having health issues. Yeah. Which I kind of feel that Bill Barr is going to have a little bit of a come to Jesus moment because of the health issues. Yeah, here, call me, Ethel. Come to the, yeah, Morningstar is a troll, I think. Oh, did we say we hated him? I don't recall saying that I hated him. I'm simply reporting on his behavior. Every time a bell is rung, an angel gets their wings. So, we don't do attitudes here. We keep it positive. I don't like fascists. We like freedom. We're into democracy. This is about Bill Barr. He has it coming to him. There's nobody in this room, in this virtual room. There's nobody in this virtual room that's a hater. There's nobody in this virtual room that's a hater. Nope. We want to see people being treated with respect and dignity and fairness. Yeah, those are ugly cards, weren't they? For Bill Barr. Yeah, that's a sickness card. The need for respite. That's like needing to rest because of health things. Amanda. And held accountable. Yes, I mean, honestly, these people are, I mean, let's put it in perspective. How many Floridians died? I put Morningstar in timeout. How many Floridians died of COVID? Because he refused to do the right thing. In a pandemic, people. So, alright, I've given up on straightening the cards. I don't really need to straighten them. When am I going to have a pendulum class? Oh, I'll have another pendulum class. Over the weekend, I'm going to start coming up with more classes. I'll be making a schedule of more classes. I was planning to do a 7-week class based on my book, and I didn't get enough promo time, so I need more lead time to promote that. So I will have other classes coming up. I'm scheming, but remember my free meditation class is tomorrow at 1. I am taking donations, but it's free. 1 Eastern time. PsychicAndetDion.com. Join us tomorrow. It'll be good. It's an hour. All right, let's see. What's going to happen with Rhonda Satan's book bans? Let's see. What's going to happen with that? I want to see the energy around that. He's trying to get black people out of Florida. I mean, what is this? What is this? I mean, so backwards. What it really is the darkness is really upset that the light is winning, and so it's just trying to claw back. Okay, the people in Florida, at first they don't know what to do. At first, you know, so we really do need to support the people and the educators in Florida. Has he been to Southern Florida? Has who been to Southern Florida? I'm reading on Rhonda Satan, right? What I'm reading on is the educators in Florida. And what I see is at first they feel like they don't, at first the educators in Florida feel like they're between a rock and a hard place, and they don't know how to wrest out of this evil of Satan taking away books. I can't even believe that I'm saying that in the United States of America, but here we are. But there's a celebration. This is the law stepping in. This is the law stepping in. So it's crazy to not let people read books. Besides, we have the internet. I'm looking for people with wrenches. I don't see them anymore. Where'd y'all go? I need your help. I can make anybody a moderator too. Terry, you want to be a moderator? Yeah, they will stand up against him, but there's a little bit of a hesitancy here. Blessed child, I love your handle. Oh, thank you, Rhonda Rue. That's right, you're still here. Okay. Because we had a troll, and I had to slay the troll on my own. It's okay. I can handle it. You will? Okay. Let's get Gloria on it. Are you? They changed it. Can review and remove messages. Wait, I think I just made you. Hang on. That's okay. That's okay if you missed it. We want to add Gloria too, because I don't want to put the pressure on you guys. Add as a moderator. Standard. You're a standard. Gloria is now a standard moderator. You have a title. Okay. We want to look at Georgia and Fani Willis. So today the guides told me that Fani Willis was here when her soul, she's a reincarnation of one of the founding fathers, Fani Willis. George W.'s wife, Laura, is a librarian. Is she a librarian still? Well, the Dominion trials show Fox is getting dark money for all their lies. Well, we know that they were, but we'll see. We'll take a look. Banning of rainbows. Oh, remember that? Banning rainbows. Yeah, Floridians need to rise up, but that first card, that Two of Swords, showed me that they were having a hard time getting out of their complacency. Well, let me tell you something. Activism takes a little bit of practice. It's like running a race. It takes a little while to get revved up. It takes a little while to decide that you're going to run a race. I'm not talking about campaigning. I just mean in terms of getting engaged and getting activated. Judy tried to sign up for tomorrow, but not sure it went through. It's just that you put in your email address. You don't have to make a payment or anything, because it's free. I'm only taking donations for the meditation class tomorrow. AnetteDion7@gmail.com. You can email me if you have trouble signing up for tomorrow. Let's go to Georgia. So I get that Fani Willis was part of the founding of our nation. What's Warren saying? Pelosi was James Madison, who was Fani Willis. Sandy, that was from me. I got that, it was a while ago. I got that Pelosi was James Madison. I didn't get that far into reading on Fani Willis, who she was, but I got that she was here at the founding of our nation. She was a male. I'll get back to you on who she might have been. It didn't ask for an email address? No, you just, it should have asked for an email address. Do it again, Judy. She's trying to sign up for the meditation tomorrow. But my email is AnetteDion7@gmail.com if you have any trouble with anything. And my assistant is here and she's on it. No worries, we'll get you in. Is there anybody in the chat that lives in Florida? We want to know. Marissa thinks that Fonnie Willis might have been Ben Franklin. I haven't gone down the list. It was just a psychic hit. Was she Ben Franklin? Was Fonnie Willis? She wasn't Ben Franklin. All right, let's just ask. Was Fonnie Willis one of the founding fathers? Was she? I'm getting a yes on that. She was one of the founding fathers. So what I don't have time to do, because we have so many questions to answer tonight, I don't have time to go through the whole list, but I will. On my off the air time, I'll look and see who Fonnie Willis turns up to have been. But she was here at the founding of our nation. As I think Letitia James was too. But I kind of get Letitia James as being here at the founding of our nation as a wife of somebody important. Yeah, Linda says Stacey Abrams was George Washington. I have heard her say that. Who is in Florida? Nobody? Oh, Carrie was in Florida till the hurricane hit. Have you heard me say that I had been telling people for 2 years don't go to Florida because of there was so much happening. John's picked up on my little term for the fascist Republicans that are not Republicans, the party of fascists, and yeah, that's interesting, John. Interesting perspective. He's saying these fascists are unwittingly helping to organize a new civil rights movement. I think that's absolutely true. And a long time ago, I read about the whole big karmic cosmic reason for Donald Trump was so we would finally strengthen our democracy. All right, my assistant is in the chat, and she's. I'll have her check because people are saying there's no place to put in their email address for tomorrow's. Yeah. Okay, good. For tomorrow's meditation class. Where are we? Georgia. Took me long enough to get there. All right. Trump, Georgia. This is such a fun party. When your friends ask you what you're doing Friday night, do people still ask that? Going to a psychic party. They'll be like, where? This is Trump in Georgia. Trump in Georgia. Ten of Swords, I consider this the most painful card in the deck. This is about Trump in Georgia. Distraught at the news. So this is at the very, very beginning stages. What's going on? Oh, somebody's having a blast. Good. Oh, wow. Somebody just listed all the Wisconsin judges. Wow. I don't know what if you guys were talking about them. We're at the very, very, very beginning stages of the Georgia, the indictment of Trump. Your brother, Maria's brother, is in Florida. Good people. Oh, Terry's explaining how it works to sign up for the meditation class. How are things in Palm Beach City, Florida, Sue? Hi, Wilk. Wilk is a regular on Wednesday nights. This is Trump in Georgia. We're at the very beginning stages of the indictment. Let's ask a question we've asked before. Is Trump going to be indicted in Georgia? Yes, he is. And yes, the Wisconsin primary is next week for a judge, right? If you can come to our Grassroots of Democracy meeting tomorrow, Joe G, that would be great. You can brief us on what's going on in Wisconsin. We're on it. Okay. We do have to read about what's going on in Ohio. It's horrifying. The Supreme Court election is, I didn't know it was that soon. There's a Supreme Court election in Wisconsin. Who do we need to win? Do you know that? Because we'll put the energy out there. Is Trump going to be indicted next week? No. Is it going to be the week? It feels like the week after. The week after next, we're into March. Going into March. Soon. Soon. And this just flipped over, and this is about the Constitution. It flipped right over. So that's about Trump. Looks like he'll be indicted. It looks like in a not next week, but the week after. That's what I'm picking up. We know how it is to predict time. It's a little tricky. Where's Lindsey Graham hiding these days? I think Lindsey Graham is absolutely beside himself. Yeah, my pendulum is alive. I think my pendulum was excited that Trump is in big trouble. You know, we don't gloat over people's pain. However, we want to see justice. And he's inflicted, you know, the way that I look at it, Donald Trump people have died because of Donald Trump. Indirectly. A lot of people have died because of Donald Trump. Indirectly. Lindsey Graham? Okay, let's take a look. I haven't told you about the astrology today. I'm pretty sure the moon's in Capricorn. Yes, it is. And tomorrow the sun goes into Pisces. This is a time, people. It's a time to meditate. Actually, boy, that was so clever of me. That wasn't planned. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. Pisces is a very spiritual sign. Pisces are good meditators. Either that or they like to get all spaced out. Or both. And it's so funny. I didn't even realize that I'm having my free meditation class tomorrow, and the sun goes into Pisces tomorrow. You're a Pisces. Come to the class. So it's called Demystifying Meditation. I'm just going to basically just give you this is the deal. Meditation is not rocket science. So I'm going to kind of teach you all about, here's my teacher. This is my meditation teacher, 1998. I'm not going to teach you the kind of meditation that he taught, but I learned a lot from Sadhguru and continue to. And right now, we are reading on Lindsey Graham. Yeah, we want to know the names of the candidates in Wisconsin because we need to focus in on who we want to win and send them energy. We need more info. It's a lot to keep up with. My mom and my dad and my older sister are all Pisces. I'm very familiar with that sign. And I got my psychic gift from my mom. And Marvy Marie saying, everybody should learn to meditate, everyone. 100% agree. But I can't force people to. It will improve your life. We continue to drag feet on tackling homelessness and mental health issues. Yeah, not only that, Brian Beecher, I was just mortified to see, I don't watch Fox, but occasionally we see a clip that's on another news program, and just seeing clips of the hosts on Fox, just despicable about the way they talk about people that are homeless. It's like, but for the grace of God, that could happen to anyone. It really is bad. I hope that Dominion rakes them over the coals so bad that they go under. We want the heinous people to go away. Okay, Joji has she's got the info on who we need to win in Wisconsin on Tuesday. Dane County Court Judge Everett Mitchell and Milwaukee County Court Judge Janet Protasewicz. I just totally mutilated that. Okay, so let's send our positive energy to Wisconsin. If you come to 20 on Tuesdays, we can put that into the meditation too. Okay. I'm on Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is trying to build a case to get out of trouble. we haven't looked at Fetterman yet. Fetterman has a lot of love around him. He's gonna be okay. Love heals anything. Yeah, Lindsey, he's really feverishly trying to figure out how to not go to prison. I get the sense that Lindsey's calling up all his lawyer friends that he knows. I don't know if Lindsey was ever a lawyer. Does anybody? Food night at Dancing in the Street. I missed something there. King of Swords. Oh, justice is coming for Lindsey Graham. So now what Lindsey Graham has to do is behave himself. Let's ask this because yeah, they said that there were witnesses that perjured themselves, but they didn't say who. He was a lawyer. He knows he's in trouble. He knows. So what he's doing is Lindsey Graham's he's working really hard at figuring out how to make himself look a little bit better. Oh, my dear assistant Terry, I have all these people saying they can't find the email sign up. What's going on? Sorry to make you work, but can you look into that? AntiEat7@gmail.com. I can forward you the Zoom invite tomorrow if you have trouble. So Lindsey Graham is trying to figure out how to make himself get the least amount of trouble possible. And yeah, I feel like justice is coming marching in for Lindsey. Okay, let's see. But what I was just getting at was like he knows the way the law works. Not that he would be able to defend himself, but he knows the ropes, kind of. Basically, I mean, he studied law, right? Is Lindsey Graham going to serve prison time? It looks like he is. It looks like he's going to serve prison time. Is it months, not years? Is it months? He's going to serve months of prison time. Damon, you're here! Oh, let's give Damon a little bell. He's one of the regulars. We have a lot of regulars here tonight. I really appreciate it. Were you guys around on Wednesday? A lot of you were here on Wednesday. Maria's cracking up, but I missed why. Oh, that Miss Lindsay is clutching her pearls. Let me see. Court martials are harder than civilian court. I feel like he's going to serve prison time. It's months. It's not years. It's months. Will it be less than 6 months? More than 6 months? Will it be 8 months? Be about 8 months. Wow. Anyway, if you haven't already, go to Bridge Cape Ann and watch our show from Wednesday when you get a chance. You don't have to watch the whole thing. But we need to get our numbers up. You know, it's a thing. Pixie Dust. She went on my main page to not use my email address. Yeah, I was just offering my email address if people are having trouble. Is that beer in the aluminum can? No. This is seltzer. Does it look like beer? I'm not Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah, Wednesday was a good show, but it's always good. It's always good. It's always fun. Jack Smith. I think I told you guys, whenever I think about Jack Smith, I've said it a few times. For those of you who haven't heard me say this, when Jack Smith first got like appointed to special counsel, I just have this image of him like sitting at a desk with his glasses on and, you know, going through all the documents, the paperwork, and like going just lining up the criminals and going ping, ping. It's seltzer. The reason you're not hearing the bottle smash is because I have I had to close the window. It was getting chilly in here. Chilly. Somebody must have turned the heat off because it's usually warm in here. Okay. Jack Smith. Jack Smith is lining them up. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow too. And also check out Church of Spirituality. It's last week it was just one of the best. I've had a church here on my channel for, yes, it's Blueberry Seltzer, for over 2 years. Thanks, Carol. The pendulum class is excellent. I'll offer that. I'll by next week I'll have new classes posted. It was warm and rainy today in Maine. Yes, it was. It is getting cold, isn't it? Yeah. So I had to close the window, like the storm window. You can still hear the bottles crash, though. Jack Smith. It's been challenging. It's a lot of work. I feel like the DOJ doesn't have the amount of manpower, woman power that they could really use. And even though it's a burden, I feel like what Jack Smith is being burdened with mostly is people lying. But the Ace of Cups is we're going to be, like I said last week, that I feel indictments coming like dominoes, and we're starting to see that. Yeah, thank you, Ann. Church of Spirituality was really good last Sunday. The topic for the Church of Spirituality this month is intimate God love. And last week was about self-love. So, yeah, Jack Smith is working. He's a triathlete. I mean, he's not afraid of working hard. You're not a triathlete if you're not into hard work. That's for sure. The cup is overflowing with victory, but this is where he is right now. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And he's being burdened by people not telling the truth. That's a burden. Don't these people know that they're going to go to hell if they keep lying? Don't they know? Did you guys have a nice Valentine's Day? Changing the subject. That was Tuesday. I know, time. There's so much that gets packed into a few days. Oh yeah, that was the 14th and today's the 17th. You did. Cheryl did. Okay. New England hour to north. I feel like I'm speaking a different language here. I lost the plot. Okay. There's so many things to read on. I don't know where to go next. So what am I missing out? What am I missing out? What am I not? Somebody put a question up and I didn't. They think. Oh, okay. You're talking about Texas. Yeah, we'll get to that. And they think the end justifies the means. I call it blind lust for power. Pence. Yes. Exactly. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started because I feel a rant coming on. What is up with Mike Pence? Is he a what do you call it? Is he a droid? Who is the spirit putting his arm on my chair behind me? He's like, yeah, I'm just watching. You mean Sadhguru? That's Sadhguru. He's my guru. He can be your guru too. You're here for the rant? What's wrong with him? Honestly, he wants to run for president and he won't help his country by testifying? But this is the one, this is what really gets me. A droid. Gosh, he's a weird dude. I can't figure out if he has massive PTSD from Trump actually calling for his execution. If he has massive PTSD from that, if he's closeted, if he's gay and closeted, I don't know, because in his being the Christian guy that he is and the way that he thinks about Christianity, he thinks that's a sin. His His skin is all wrong. It's all because of the fly. It's the fly. It's really, there's something wrong. Is he from a town called Stepford? Are you serious? We need to read on him. I know I can't get a lot of people claiming to be Christian. Honestly, that's not what they are. He's not right. He has. Let's ask a couple pendulum questions about the Pence pendulum time. It's weird. Even Damon says his radar goes off with that creep. Is Mike Pence in a traumatized state? He's in trauma. I think he's in the closet too. He knew of the insurrection. I totally get that. There's a few people that were in on the insurrection that didn't realize what it was going to be like. Pence is remembering what happened to Ivana Trump. I still can't believe that they buried Ivana Trump at the golf course. I mean, it's like, there's so much going on. Think of it. Make a list sometime. If you want to entertain yourself, make a list of all the things that have happened over the past 7 years that just make you go, oh my God, can you believe that happened? He's a tortured, Pence is one tortured individual. No, it doesn't matter if Pence is in the closet. Wildfire wind, we are not saying anything about that. We're trying to figure out what's contributing to him. Like, if he's gay, it's fine if he's gay. Who cares, right? I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm referring to what he would think of that, because he has a brainwash thing going on where he thinks that he's going to hell if he, I mean, come on, people. Work with me. Jeez. It doesn't matter. I don't care who people love. It doesn't matter to me. There's a little pause for the bottle drop. Those of you who are new, it's the bar next door. All right. Is Mike Pence gay? Yeah. Okay? I get that he's gay. Drink a beer for you. Let's see what's going to happen to him. Trump has something awful in him. I have felt that all along. He might have gone to conversion therapy. That's possible. His wife likes the program. That's possible. I think it's really more that he's afraid. I think Pence is afraid that somebody's going to tell something. He knew about the insurrection. He didn't think it was going to be what it turned out to be. And I think that Pence was too terrified of Trump to say, well, you know, sir, sir, with tears streaming out his eyes. You know, Trump always would say that. Kevin McCarthy knew what was up. I have had visions of Kevin McCarthy going through the Capitol building, leading a tour group. The Capitol was closed at that time because of COVID, and Kevin McCarthy freaked out when he saw what the insurrection actually was. Good for you, Fireside Psychic. You know, it is weird that he calls his wife mother. That's very strange. I mean, that alone makes you wonder. Even if you didn't see how weird weirdly he holds himself, and I mean, he literally stands still and he turns from the waist. He's like a robot. I don't really get it. I think he's massively traumatized to boot. Absolutely massively traumatized. That's what I get. And I don't understand why he's running for president. So Kevin McCarthy freaked out when he saw what the insurrection actually was. Mark Meadows, I think, tuned out. And Pence absolutely freaked out. Absolutely freaked out. When Pence came out with his book, you saw him interviewed and he was like, oh, it was such a tragedy. No, he knew. He knew. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda, you're absolutely spot on. He definitely knew. Let's pick 3 more cards about Pence. What's the fate of Mike Pence? Please hit the thumbs up. Let's see. The fate of Mike Pence. I think he's going to exit the presidential race. I think he's going to exit. Did he announce that he's running for president? Is he officially running for president? He can't look anyone in the eyes. There's something weird. He hasn't announced that he's running for president. I feel like there's a lot of, he's going to have to spill the beans on what happened on January 6th. It's the DOJ is coming quickly for him because they have the evidence, they have the receipts. We'll ask about Mark Meadows. Sometimes I just want to see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, this is his karma. He's supposed to tell the whole story. Mike Pence is supposed to tell the whole story. Yeah. Will McCarthy testify? Will McCarthy resign? Warren, you're full of questions. Hang on, because I have to catch up. So Warren wants to know, will McCarthy testify? Will McCarthy resign the speakership? And will Meadows testify? Yes, Amanda. Pence calls his wife mother. I never heard of that. It's an old-fashioned thing to do. It's weird. You're supposed to be equals, right? For one thing. Yeah, maybe it's an old-fashioned thing. Huh, interesting. I had never heard that before. Oh, sorry, Wildflower Wind. I didn't mean to bash you. I feel like I've also seen that Pence is a cross-dresser. Has anyone, entertainment purposes only, it's just my psychic impression. They do have children. I mean, and the other thing that boggles my brain about Pence, and I promise I'll get off the Pence topic in a moment. The other thing that boggles my mind about Pence is, not only, I mean, he came within inches of being executed. That's, as if that's not bad enough, his daughter and his wife were with him. I feel like he's going to tell everything. I do. I feel like he's going to tell everything. President, he would ban gay marriage. Sorry, I lost the thread there. I feel like he's going to tell everything. I feel like Pence is going to be talked into telling it all. And he's pretty afraid. Pence is very afraid right now. He's going to be talked into telling it all. He's going to see, when I look at it, I see that Pence eventually looks at how much better it will be for him if he tells the truth. I mean, exponentially better for him if he just goes ahead. That's what's gonna. That's Betty says it would freak her out if her husband called her mother. I don't have a husband, but I could see how that would be weird. Okay. So, just to conclude that question, it looks like he will see how exponentially better it will be for him to tell all. So maybe they'll make some kind of a deal with him. I'm not a lawyer. What do you call it, Warren, when they give, was it a plea bargain? Because I see Pence finding out it would be way better for him to tell all. That's what I see. What about Steve Bannon? Ask me something specific about Steve Bannon, and here's why. His energy is so gross. I want to, like, get in there and read on him and get right out. Plea bargaining, yes. To get on with Santos. Oh, we need to read about Santos. Oh my God. I mean, if it helps you to be an activist, look at somebody like we call him Pinocchio, George Santos, because that's not his real name, George Santos. So if you want to get your activism energy going on, watch George Santos lie, everything that and leaves his mouth is a lie, just like Trump. And he's illegitimately in that seat. Basically, he lied to the people, and he's saying that, oh, that's why, the people wanted me in here. The people didn't know who they were voting for. Oh, I predicted that about Tesla. We'll get to that too. And doesn't that make you angry enough to get involved? Doesn't just looking at George Santos Pinocchio, doesn't that make you angry enough to get involved? If it doesn't, if you haven't seen it, then, I'm telling you, you all are going to join Grassroots of Democracy. Yeah. It's not healthy for us to just rage inside about it. We need to get activated. Honestly. Am I reading about Pinocchio next? Warren wanted me to ask is McCarthy going to resign? Yeah, the real Jesus said we have to love one another. And that shouldn't be hard. We all love one another. See, it's not hard. Everybody in the chat, we all love you. It's not hard. All the malignant narcissists have crawled out from under their rocks. Yeah, and that's so that we can see the darkness, so we can spot it and take charge. The light is stronger. We will. A while back, I did read on Jared Kushner, and I saw he was going to be in big trouble for international crimes. That was months and months ago, like jail. So, Anne, what I'm saying, I know we. If you're angry about it, use that energy to be an activist in whatever way you can. Is Kevin McCarthy going to be forced to resign from his seat? That looks like a yes. Think about the civil rights movement. Think about all the Black Lives Matter, all the, ways that we've had to get out and be activists. Warren, I'm not answering that just because you always ask me when. Kevin McCarthy will be forced to resign from his seat. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be forced to resign from her seat? Will Marjorie Taylor Greene be forced to resign from her seat? That's a strong yes. That's a strong... I know you couldn't resist. That's a strong yes. This is about Marjorie Taylor Greene. Anger is one letter away from danger. Well, we can be dangerously for the good. Doesn't mean we're violent. Yes, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. LB says Annette appreciates it. I certainly do. Is Matt Gaetz going to be forced to resign from his seat? Yes. Will Trump testify March 1st? At the PB trial? Am I getting lost? Hang on. Carrie, will Trump testify March 1st at the PB? What's the PB trial? I'm lost. See, there's too many trials. Too many crimes. Too many crimes. Proud Boy. See, it's too much for me to keep up with. Is he being... Are they subpoenaing are they subpoenaing Trump? That's hard to say. For March 1st? Oh, see, I missed that. I didn't know. I knew it was being talked about, but I didn't know he was actually. Are you sure he was actually subpoenaed? I heard them talking about it. Is he going to show up? Wow. I get that he's going to show up. We need to read on that. And Meadows has been subpoenaed too. Let's take a look at, okay, is Meadows going to answer the subpoena? I get a yes on that. Okay, I didn't realize that had actually come to the conclusion of subpoenaing him. Okay. Let's read on that. I'm surprised the pendulum is saying positive. Oh, thank you, Rick. Something's gonna happen really quickly with the Proud Boys and Trump. There's gonna be some kind of an agreement reached. Page of Wands. He's gonna give them something of what they want, but it feels limited. It feels limited in terms of what they get. Marjorie Taylor Greene's weird white dress she was trying to, it was worse than York's swan dress. Yeah, that was pretty bad too. But Marjorie Taylor Greene was trying to look like the Chinese weather balloon. We haven't even talked about the aliens. I'm telling you. No, it's not really an agreement. It's more of a compromise. I'm picking up on, Trump being subpoenaed by the Proud Boys lawyers, and I feel like he's gonna limit somehow he's gonna figure out how to limit what he's. Let me pick a few more cards about that. Again, the page again. Yeah, he's going to be trapped into giving some information. Trump, the aliens are just shaking their heads. He's going to have to give up some of the goods. Trump will have to. He is being subpoenaed. And it's going to make the case clearer somehow. Actually, it feels alien spaceship balloon rant. We'll see. Yeah, actually, okay, Carrie, that makes sense according to what I'm seeing here. He was a co-conspirator. Yeah, he's not going to have. They don't really have to get much out of Trump's mouth. They just need to get what they're asking for is something about him being a co-conspirator, but it's not good. March 1st, that's not next week, but the week after. Interesting. Pinocchio. I just threw the cards across the room. He said on TV, loud voice, stand by. I know. It's right there on TV. I feel like he's going to have to show up. He's going to have to answer the subpoena. He's going to have to show up. But I feel like the way that Trump's looking at it is like, I'm just going to tell them this specific thing, and then he's probably going to plead the fifth. You know how he does. To show us how guilty he is. But we saw it. We watched that debate. Yeah, but when you're saying that pleading the fifth doesn't make you an angel. Will Adam Schiff become Kevin McCarthy's senator? Good question. Good question. Yeah, Trump is constantly incriminating himself. Will Adam Schiff become senator? Yeah, I get a yes on that. I get a yes. Any of you who don't watch Midas Touch or haven't heard of it, go to Midas Touch and you get the news from Midas Touch. Those guys are awesome. And join Grassroots of Democracy. We have a website now that's not It's not psychicanetdion.com. It's grassrootsofdemocracy.com. He should just get a sign that reads the fifth. That's for sure. Thank you, Daryl. We have a few men in the chat tonight. Thank you. Let's hear it for the men for showing up at the chat. Because usually it's like 90% women. So I appreciate your interest in that. You know, we have a pretty good group of men here tonight too. So the next man that asks a question in the chat, I will answer. Brazilian Crystal Seal Club. The next man who asks a question, and we will answer. Warren, I'm not asking when. Warren's messing with me. He gets away with it because he sent me a bunch of peeps. Thank you, John. Check out Midas Touch. It's MEIDAS. Midas Touch. Those guys are awesome. Oh, you can hear the bell. That's good. All right, going once, going twice, going to... I was just saying, you know, one of the representative men can ask a question. In the meantime, I just pulled out my different cards. They're unapologetically pro-democracy, yes, and I just bought a shirt. I forgot what it said, something about being anti-fascist. Pull a card on this. Thank you, Brazilian Crystals, because I think the situation in Ohio has me so upset that it's hard for me to look at it, but I am going to look at it. Yeah, Damon watches Midas Touch all the time. They're almost at 1 million subscribers, so help them out. They're good. They're doing really good work. Yeah, the cup of magateers. I was looking for that mug. They might have sold out. Midas Touch on YouTube. Will high-speed rail ever take off in the U.S.? I get a yes on that. I don't even need to check the pendulum or anything. I get a strong yes on that. It's going to be about 10 years. Yeah, that situation in Ohio should have never happened. That was Trump taking away regulations. Yeah, I can't even. I feel like it's going to affect the whole state. Midas Touch makes 65 grand a month. What's your point? Janet, is that you? What's your point of saying that Midas Touch makes 65 grand a month? I'm not understanding what the point is. Klondike 45 first, Mr. Smith. I think Fani Willis. And now to the question about the spill. A lot of people are not going to be able to live in the area where the chemical spill was. I am so against plastics, but we are stuck with them until we get better options. But let me tell you something. Is it here? I have a spoon here. I don't even remember where I got it, but it was like a plastic spoon, but it's not made out of plastic. It's made out of something. I thought I had it right here, but you know, here it is. The reason I'm talking about plastics is because a lot of the very toxic, and they're very toxic chemicals. Oh, my especially successful is your point. Okay, I'm sorry. I just thought you were saying it like they shouldn't make that much money. Thank you for sharing that. I'm not even sure where I got this. The chemical leaks were leaks of toxic chemicals that are used to make plastics. And I'm just making the point. Produced with plant starch. It's a spoon, but it's not made with plastic. I don't even know where I got it. I don't remember. Yeah. We don't need to be using these toxic chemicals. We do not need to be using these toxic chemicals. Very toxic. People won't be able to live there. That's what I'm getting. People will have to leave the area. Crazy. Four of Cups, there was a missed opportunity to do the right thing. Trump took away the regulations. The Hierophant is this is going to be a really important time. We cannot risk this again. Mayor Pete Buttigieg, I pick up, is really on it. I feel like Mayor Pete, I still call him Mayor Pete, Secretary of Transportation. I feel like this hit him harder than anything else in terms of this is awful. They make edible straws, really? This is like, I feel like a lot of people are going to make this their thing that they work hard. I actually heard somebody saying they're calling it like a little Chernobyl. Yeah, this is long term. The Hierophant means it's going to be very strict laws put into place. And there was somebody who had a video about it. It might have been a Midas Touch. About how many regulations like they violated. So, yeah, most of them voted for Trump in Ohio. So, yeah, Love Canal all over again. That's true. Really awful. People won't be able to live there. You refuse plastic straws? Good. Where I live, most places don't do plastic straws anymore. They're biodegradable. Compliance costs money. Yeah, that railroad, that train company, major profits. I mean, I don't know how many people think this way, but I always think about when these greedy, corrupt, horrible, evil people that don't care when people die and they're the cause of it. When they go to heaven, well, they're probably not, when they cross over and they're doing a life review, that's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. It was all about money. It really was, honestly. Let's, oh my goodness, it's been 97 minutes. Ohio has a Republican governor. One thing is for sure. The Republicans across the board are looking, they bought back stock instead of investing in state safety or employees. It's despicable. They're going to hell if there is a hell. New York Times has a good article about Norfolk Southern, that's the name of the company, I guess, DeWine. Yeah, this is not looking good for Republicans. And then what do the Democrats have to bail them out of all the messes they make? It's bad. Yeah, compliance. We pay at the front end or the back. It's really crazy. Since it's almost 100 minutes, let's wrap up with a card. Dante has a spot for them. Yeah. Jeez. DeWine is corrupt. He's awful. But you know what? Now it's going to affect these Republicans and their families. Use your anger constructively. Join Grassroots of Democracy. Join Grassroots of Democracy. Yeah, hopefully this will open Trumpers' eyes. I agree with you. When they open their eyes, they're going to be burning. It's unbelievable. It's like, what are they I can't even talk about it. Let's pull 3 cards for the weekend. And I come back on Monday. I did a pre-recorded videos, but people like the live, so yeah, that area is going to be uninhabitable. Oh, thank you all for coming tonight. We have a pretty high number tonight. 3 cards for the weekend. So I'm back on Monday. Church of Spirituality is every Sunday if you want to watch live. It will inspire you, I promise. You can watch any of the old ones. Last week's was really good. Every Sunday at 1, I live stream church. There's inspiring messages and a sermon and music, and it's a whole, soup to nuts. I was a musician for churches for 15 years, so it's church. It's a good church. It's really good. It's really uplifting, and we pray too. The Seven of Swords and the Four of Swords. This is the weekend. I think a lot of this has to do with Ohio, what's happening there. The Nine of Cups, we do have an opportunity to turn things around. The bells rang loud and clear tonight, and my Wi-Fi didn't go down. Thank goodness. Yes, so the Nine of Cups, we have a lot of good people to work with. The Four of Swords, take a respite if you can. And come to my, you're welcome. Come to the free meditation class tomorrow. Because from what I'm seeing here, we really do need to take time to take care of ourselves. We need to ring the bell for the Wi-Fi. Good job, Wi-Fi. We need to take good care of ourselves. We are spiritual. Aaron Brockovich says, join the community guiding them in this situation. Is she still around? Yeah, so, and tomorrow the sun goes into Pisces. So, you're finally able to see me on your TV. Yeah, isn't it cool that you can watch YouTube on your TV? Guys, I think of that sometimes. Like, some people are watching me on TV. I love you guys. I wouldn't be me without you, so I didn't rant too bad tonight. I think we all are doing our own ranting. We didn't even look at the unidentified flying objects. There's always so much to talk about. So let's reconvene over the weekend. If you need to reach out to me, it's AnetteDion7@gmail.com. That's my personal email. And I will see you soon. And please book a reading. PsychicAnetteDion.com. Love you guys. You can donate at my website also. Namaste. Have a great evening. Fun Friday. Bye.